All right, so District 2 Sports Podcast, and we're back for a second time this week, live with the fellas. It's Gregory, Devin, and Big G. Guys, how's it going tonight?
I don't want Devin to steal the show tonight, but I got a feeling he is going to steal the first part, so I might as well jump on this.
Oh my gosh, here's on a third strike.
Another copyright strike.
A lot of chameleons out there.
Oh goodness.
Trying to change up. Anytime something new comes along.
It's my walk-up music, man.
What is this song?
Wants a bite.
You're not. I'll just take 2 cars on a big house.
This is what we have to deal with.
I see y'all dancing around. Is that enough? Have we got enough copyright infringements now?
I think so. I think it's maybe our first actual strike from YouTube. I mean, they keep telling us we can't be monetized in Russia.
Well, I just do that just because I know I'm number one in. First of all, I'm number one in everybody's hearts. Okay, so let's get that straight. Number 2, I'm number one in Pick'em, and I'm sure my top 10 poll is going to be right on time tonight. So I told you it's fight night on Wednesday poll night. How about that? Is that good enough?
I don't understand what we're going to be fighting about. I thought we were all on the same team here.
Because I'm throwing some punches tonight.
Throwing punches.
Man, okay. All right. So you want to go ahead and get, so Monday we did a review of week 4 games. We talked about all the different scores, the games, the results and whatnot. So got all that done. So we wanted to save our Super 10 because everybody was traveling on Monday, so we couldn't get everybody together. So we're all here again together on Wednesday. So we can kind of do our Super 10 update. And I've heard a lot of stuff this week from different fan bases too, man. So this might be just a battle all throughout the night, I think. I've heard some stuff from Patrick Henry fans, some JF fans.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
Really?
What are we hearing? What is
what's the argument?
This is back and forth.
Against each other or against?
Yeah.
Are they coming after Mr. 2?
No. We're good. I think people, they're cool with us and everything. So I think we had the best, top 10 there is out there. If you ask me, I continue to see these top 10s, and I'm like, how are they coming up with these teams? I don't understand. So
I'm lost. I mean, if any of these newscasts need any help with developing a poll, we'll be more than happy to sit down with you and have a little classroom time and sit down and show you the proper instructions and what you need to be looking for. It's not just an eye test. It's not just where you live. It's about how you play the game.
It's about.
And I think, it's play the game.
Hello.
A win.
Did you guys? We had an episode come out last night or yesterday. Did you guys listen to the Terry Hicks interview at all?
I did.
I would hope so.
I did the interview.
Yeah, I would hope so. We're not a Hampton Sydney podcast, but we're close to becoming one. It seems like.
I think so.
So if it's Hampton Coach LaVara, if they're listening, they better send us some NIL deals, or we can get together or something. Sponsorship
Need some
deals.
shirts, bro. You know what I listened to on the way to Tennessee Monday night? I listened to Mr. Kildorf. I thought that was a really good interview, actually. Yeah. Even when it got to the doom and gloom and me asking him about that bad pass he threw that turned the tides from them winning $8 million bowl game and all this kind of, it was even good with that in there. I mean, I just threw some reality TV in there.
Yeah, he just brought up his worst nightmare. He had to relive it on our podcast.
Did you hear him when I said, is Anton Davis still on your Christmas card list? He said, no. No. So anyway, I thought it was a good interview, but anyway, I don't think we do bad interviews. I really don't. I think it's fun fighting over questions. I mean, Gregory is a thief when it comes down to questions. If you really want to know.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah.
Devin, I forgot what interview it was, but I had a question. I told you before we got online. And then he steals it right in the middle of the interview. I was like, you got to be kidding me. No way he just did that.
Yeah.
Devin,
I think my favorite part of the interviews is just hearing GPS noises in the background, hitting turn left now.
It's
Have you heard
dedication. You got to get there.
The best one though is when his cell phone goes off. Goes, I don't forgot the sound it makes, but it'll go off in an interview. Oh man!
I
Devin,
got to turn the volume down now.
Do some analytics. I think it'd be important for these people to. I think we should see the analytics first. Maybe that kind of sways our decisions here.
Let's talk some analytics, man. Let me share my screen with you.
This is awesome. This is like having Joe Lunardi from ESPN bracketology. I mean, this is awesome right here. I mean, it just goes to show us some thought put into this process.
There's a lot of thought. I'm
not necessarily that I use.
You should start. We need Bob here. So where do we want to begin, fellas? I mean, we have it separated from 1A all the way down to 5A here. Really, I mean, I added another metric here. So last week we talked about strength of
Patrick Henry boys are listening. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Devin.
Hey,
I saw Patrick Henry boys listening.
Mr. Taylor, I think it's Mr. Taylor. I gotta mention your comment if you don't mind. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna put your comment out there. I think it was a good one.
Look at that.
Oh. Where is Mr. Taylor from?
He's a Patrick Henry boy, man.
Patrick
Henry.
I'll just say this: the analytics do love Patrick Henry. So basically, what all kind of goes into it, we kind of talked about it last week, but it's all predicated kind of on your home wins, neutral wins. Of course, nobody has any neutral wins. Home and away wins, and then home and away losses. That gives us our adjusted wins and adjusted losses, and then together, those make up our adjusted win percentage. So the teams you see in green are our undefeated teams: Union, Glenvar, Magna Vista, and it goes down. Not Northside. Who is that? That is wrong. I need to add Northside. Who did Northside just lose to, y'all?
That would be
Glenvar.
Glenvar.
No, it was at Northside.
At Northside. So let's add that. So there we go. So that'll factor in their score there, but we still have Allegheny, Jefferson Forest, PH Roanoke. So in terms of how we come up with some other metrics here, so looking at points for and points against, that's just basically coming from Max Prep. So a couple of teams who have played Galax, obviously Galax has forfeited a couple games, so they just get a 1-0 score there, but it kind of factors into your adjusted scoring margin, where basically, we take into account just how much you've been beating teams by. And then if you've been somebody like Glenvar, for instance, who's been just destroying teams, obviously we're going to cap that so that they're not just excessively highly rated. So we cap it at 28 points. So that would be our capped scoring margin. And if somebody's getting blown out, we'll cap it at minus 28. So then all the strength of schedules, and this changes week to week. It's all based on what Max Prep says. So strength of schedule is all based on the number that I get from Max Prep. So every week it changes, and sometimes it changes like throughout the day. But this is what it was the last time I did the rankings here. So you got everybody's strength of schedule there. So in terms of, how we kind of use the strength of schedule, we don't really look at, what it is, like minus 23. Instead, what we do for all the teams listed here is we kind of take them, and it's all on a scale from 0 to 1. So if you have the closer to 1 it is, the tougher your strength of schedule. The closer to 0 it is, the worse your strength of schedule. So Chatham, I believe, has the worst strength of schedule according to Max Preps there. And
man, former alumni, that hurts.
Devin, I have to disagree with you on that one. You might not have that team listed, but there is another team with a much worse strength of schedule.
Max Preps, Greg. Here we go.
Would you like to know now, or would you mean just
who's that team?
The worst I have seen, because the only reason why I'm mentioning this was because in my top 10, I had a hole at number 10. So I was trying to fill that number 10 spot with quite a few teams, and one of the teams that I had not in the whole, not filling it, but the ones that I put the eye test to just so happened to be Craig County, who was
Craig
3-0. They are single A,
Mhm.
but their strength of schedule is minus 68.6.
Woo!
Yes.
Yeah, I should add Craig County to this and see where they would be at in turn. The only reason I haven't added them, and a lot of these teams are not, going to factor into our top 10 really, but I just didn't think that. But since they're undefeated, maybe I should start adding them and see where they're at. But LCA, obviously, with that, they played Ironton, and I forget who else last week, but the toughest strength of schedule according to the 40 teams we have listed here. And then we normalize the scoring margin too. So all the teams who have the higher scoring margin are going to be a little bit higher here, like Glenver and Union, Magna Vista, Botetourt, and Bird. All those teams are going to be pretty high there. But then we take into account your strength of schedule and your scoring margin. So that kind of factors in both of those there. Obviously, you can see the teams who have the darker shade of green are going to be the highest rated teams, essentially. So Union, Glenver are pretty high. Magna Vista, Botetourt, Bird, all of them are pretty high. Even Brookville has started to come up. Northside's looking pretty good. JF is the highest one there in terms of our strength of schedule adjusted margin of victory. But then taking all into account here. So this is our strength of schedule adjusted margin as well as our adjusted win percentage. So this is the real metric here. Now, it's not really like a net ranking, for instance, but it kind of tells you how strong your win percentage is based on the strength of your schedule as well as how much you're beating teams by. So here are those teams ranked, okay? So if we were going off of this metric alone, it would be JF, Magna Vista, Botetourt, Union, Bird, Glenver, PH Roanoke, Brookville, Northside, James River, Buckingham, Fleming. But the thing to think about is that this is only a 4-game, at most, really a 4-game sample size. So LCA is going to be at the bottom. GW Danville is at the bottom. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. I mean, Glass, maybe. I mean, their strength of schedule is the only thing really holding them back. I mean, their winning record is the only thing holding them back right now. But yeah, so that's kind of in heritage too. I mean, the teams who have not played as many games as others are going to be a little bit lower down here. So that's why we also not only use this stuff, but also use our eyes to kind of figure out who belongs where.
Man, so even with Bird's loss, they're still up there at 6, or I guess was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I guess.
Yeah. It's just the way the metrics play out, man. I think the fact that they were destroying teams, I think kind of plays into that a little bit.
Wow.
So
I mean, how much?
Hope this doesn't come back and haunt us when we have the first annual District 2 Sports Podcast football jamboree, and we had to put the top 12 teams in. I mean, this is going to hurt some people's feelings, isn't it?
Devin, going back to the one note.
Devin, why? In an all serious note, before you answer whatever Greg was talking about, how does this compare to the old NCAA model? Whatever, I don't even know what they called it. The NCAA.
Yeah, I don't even know what all went. I'm sure with that they can take into account offensive and defensive efficiency and all different sorts of metrics that we just don't have access to. That's the thing with this is, we're kind of limited to whatever Max Preps gives us. So
I just want to say though, like there's Jefferson Forest, Magna Vista, Lord Botetourt. We all have what in our top 5 already.
Mm-hmm.
We still have PH number 1. Why is PH, I guess behind these teams?
Let's see. Let's go back to what's going on with PH.
I mean, because they played 3 road games.
I bet it's something to do with Southern Alamance.
Yeah, so their strength of schedule is actually one of the highest there. I think the thing is, it's not a perfect metric by any means. I think, their scoring margin, they're beating teams by 16 points a game, whereas you have, JF beating teams by 36 points a game. Obviously, we're not really doing 36. We're actually doing 28 for JF. Trying to think of like teams like Magna Vista, also 28. Lord Botetourt, 28. You know,
So that's interesting. So PH, they're beating teams by less, but their strength of schedule seems to be a lot better than some of those teams that are in front of them on that metric.
yeah. So
what do you got? PH's strength of schedule at 7?
7.1.
7.1.
So like where JF is a -7, Magna Vista is a -12.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, though, if you like, so if we look at JF and look at PH, so even though one is -7 and one is 7.1, in terms of like, they're both pretty close to the midpoint in terms of like 0.5 would be basically an average schedule. So JF is only 0.04 away, and then PH is only 0.03 away from having basically an average schedule.
So it's not that much different, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. It's basically the strength of schedule is taking into account all these teams basically are ranked kind of how they're based on how their schedule is. So, you know, it kind of puts it. That's why a team like Chatham at -42 there. That's why theirs is so low, so close to 0. And like I said, the teams that are the highest one, closest to 1, are going to be LTA.
And you know, with our past polls, look at there's Mr. Taylor saying that Southern Alamance went on to win 3 straight after they beat them. That's good. No,
yeah.
And what I meant by them not necessarily saying anything negative about Southern Alamance, it was just the fact that I didn't think we had any kind of info or data available in the Virginia polls or Virginia whatever for Max Preps. I just didn't think we'd have any information for Southern Alamance to add them in. So that's the reason why I was saying something about them.
So let's do this.
But it's the same thing for JF with Mount Airy as well. So
let's see what it looks like between if we just looked at the strength of schedule without really taking into account your win percentage or your record essentially. So we'll just kind of take this stuff and we'll sort it. Actually,
wait, what are you doing now? What's your win percentage? What?
Yeah, so this is just taking into account your strength of schedule and your win percentage here. So,
hey, we're trying to get Cam on the podcast too, Mr. Taylor.
And you know the other thing, Devin, while you're looking at that, I actually. I'm glad you mentioned in some of these teams right here. 1, 2, 3. I have 5 teams that really do not. The records are all out the door, and their strength of schedule. I like to see how close what you've got on there as far as what I made note of.
So
how about if I bring these 5 teams up and then we look at them?
Yeah, bring them up.
All right, so the very first one I'm gonna make mention of, and it's just crazy, is the Salem Spartans. They are actually 0-4, but and I'm looking at every team that I have on my list that we consider for the top 10 polls. They actually have if I'm not mistaken here, it's the second best strength of schedule number. I have them at 13.4 and they're 0-4.
Yeah, so in terms of if we were just looking without really looking at their winning percentage, if we were just looking at their strength of schedule and their margin of defeat, really see where they would be at. So they'd be very close to the bottom. Let's see what happens when we factor in them. So it's the same thing. So they're one of those teams that really, in terms of neither one really helps them at all. They're still going to be towards the bottom at all with both of those metrics there.
What about Glass? They're 1-3, and then they have 11.2 strength of schedule.
All right, let's take a look at Glass. So they might be
way down there.
45 there. Let's see where they're at. Yeah, so same thing. Their win percentages does not really help them in terms of factoring it in there.
How about these two are both 5A schools. How about Fleming or Franklin County. They're both 2-2.
All right,
Fleming,
so-
I have 11.4, and Fleming, Franklin County at 7.2.
All right, so Franklin County's at 7.2 now.
Yes.
All right, let's change that then. We'll have an updated metric there. So we take that into account. So who are the two teams we said? Franklin County
Franklin
and
County and William Fleming.
Fleming is 11.4.
so Fleming.
Fleming's up there. Oh wow, right there.
This thing loves Fleming because their strength of schedule is always super high. Plus, they have that Verona game. In terms of if we're factoring in their win percentage, I don't even see them here. Let's see. So they're still close to the top there. I mean, they'd be what 12th there, I think. Both so 11 and 12 for Fleming. In terms of Franklin County, they'd be around 32 there, and then if we take into account their win percentage, they're still at around like 32 there.
All right, how about one more? How about Graham, 1 and 2, and then they have a strength of schedule of 8.0.
Graham. All right. So Graham is down here towards the bottom still, and their winning percentage, I assume, would make it a little bit worse, but probably so they're about the same with both of those two.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you just look at all these teams here. Like, obviously, I think LCA is going to be a whole lot higher once they play a few more games. But like, we just have a cluster of teams who you don't really know what to do with, like James River, Buckingham, Carroll County, Rye Cove, Virginia High is a little high just because they played a little bit more games than the rest of the field here. But I mean, like I said, it's not a perfect metric, and I think it needs to be adjusted. I mean, right now, this final metric here, so this strength of schedule adjusted margin and the adjusted win percentage, it's based on 60% your SAM there, and based on 40% your adjusted win percentage. So, I mean, I could play with that and see, who's higher if we place a little bit more weight on your strength of schedule, or if we place a little bit more weight on your win percentage. But yeah, that's kind of the metrics in a nutshell there. Obviously, games are not played on.
Very interesting. Yeah. Very interesting.
Should we do the top 10 now? Get ready for this Super 10 update?
Let's do it.
All right, let me share my screen now because we want to show everybody what we had as a week. Here we go. All right, so this is our top 10 from last week. So this hasn't been updated with like the wins from Friday. So just looking at it, so Patrick Henry won, they're 4-0. Jefferson Forest is 4-0. LCA is now 1-1. Heritage is 2-1. Lord Bottot is 4-0. Magna Vista is 4-0. Glenver 4-0. Union, I think they may be 4-0 or they didn't play. I can't remember. GW
They're
Danville.
4-0.
They're 4-0. And GW Danville is 3-1.
2-1. They didn't play this week.
There we go. Corrected. And then William Byrd lost to Bassett. So, I mean, no one's lost except for William Byrd at number 10. So, but I asked Devin this on Monday. Are we moving teams around in the top 9 at least? Or you think the top 9 will stay the same?
I would move 2 teams.
Oh, 7 was all right.
So let's start at the top.
So Patrick Henry obviously stays at 1. There's been a big argument about
Wait a
Patrick
minute.
Henry
Hold on.
and JF.
Hold on.
What?
Hold on. You said obviously?
I think Patrick Henry stays at 1.
What does Devin say?
I still got PH at number 1 right now.
I don't. So I lose, but I'm gonna tell you, I was willing to fight for JF tonight. I was willing to go up on that wall and fight for them tonight because I think and Mr. Taylor, I'll say this only because maybe it's the schedule, but it just seems like since the Glass game that PH has just been playing. Maybe I don't know how to say it the right. Maybe this is not the right way, but maybe playing down to competition. That's what I'm trying to say.
Whoa!
I think PH playing a difficult schedule.
They blew out Franklin County.
I'd be about 21-14, something like that.
Oh, that's beat down. I still have PH there. I think until PH loses, they're gonna be my number one. I mean, unless JF does pull an upset. I call that an upset. I think if JF beats LCA, it can be a little bit of an upset. So, but I still have PH
I've
there.
already gone on record that if JF beats LCA, then they are the number one team in the poll.
I
can see
think that
that.
would be the
I
best
think
win.
that would be the
Yeah.
best win at this point. But yeah, PH. The whole thing about PH and JF that we've been dealing with, I guess they played each other. They scrimmaged each other, right? And that was like, I think it was one of those scrimmages, not even a benefit game. It was a scrimmage. I think Mr. Taylor has some things to say about this, but I think there's only like a certain amount of plays, and JF got the better of them. But we are only going off of the regular season. We can't base things off of benefit games or our scrimmages. So
You know who Mr. Taylor ought to have a beef with?
Mm.
He's already called it. He's already called it. But you know who Mr. Taylor ought to have a beef with? And if I'm not mistaken,
sounds like you.
No. Did Patrick Henry even show up in the SET or
Oh yes.
Neither one of those polls, but they had Fleming in them, if I'm not mistaken. Fleming somehow manages to get into one of those polls, and then PH is not even included in either one of those polls. Tell me how you do that.
Outrageous.
I saw one today. Like they had PH wasn't even in it, and they moved him up like 3 spots, to like number 7. I was like, how is PH played 3 games on the road and beats William Fleming? I was like, how do you not have them in your top 5? So yeah, PH for me is still number 1 for now.
Okay.
2, we all have Jefferson Force there still.
Yep.
3, LCA.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So big game this Friday. Devin's gonna be at JF or LCA, Jefferson Force. I mean, can we talk about that real quick, or do you want to keep going down the line?
Well, let's talk
No,
about
I think it's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So LCA goes to JF. Devin, you've seen JF's line there against Gretna. They're smoking teams. LCA had I don't know how good that team in Ohio is to say if they're bad or not, or really good, or I don't know. I don't know how it was, but they kind of shut down LCA, but they did bounce back with the win against Amherst, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Amherst hasn't been that great this year. I don't know. I mean, do you think JF is it an upset, or do you think LCA is still the top dog, or what do you guys think about this game? I'm curious to know.
I just feel that maybe the magic is wearing off just a hair, and I just feel like JF. I just feel like JF's going to win it Friday night.
You do. So you have JF winning.
I do.
It's. I mean, it's hard to tell what LCA is just because they haven't played that many games. They played 2 games so far, and I think Gideon Davison was a huge part of their offense, and I still think they're trying to figure out who they are. But I think they have a bunch of kids. I think they have a line that can match up with JF. I think JF has a great line, but I think LCA might be able to hold them back. I guess I think they might have a line who can protect their QB pretty well compared to teams they've played so far. And I'm not saying that JF is going to get dominated or anything like that. They won't get to the QB. I'm just saying I think it's going to be a great equalizer there between the OL there for LCA and Jefferson Forest defensive line. Just to me.
Yeah.
I think JF's crowd is big.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be a ton of people there.
I have no clue what Mount Airy looks like. I mean, they sound like they were a powerhouse at least last year, but this will be the first test, I think, where Jefferson Forest is actually, facing competition in the trenches, I think.
Yeah. So, I think.
One thing to look at is, I'm not saying Gretna's the powerhouse, but look how Gretna took off after that first game, and that was a 43-0 win. That was 43-0 at halftime. They didn't even. I think they played the teachers and the principal in the third and fourth quarter. So, Gretna's really taken off since then. So who knows? I mean, like you said, but one thing for sure is this is the biggest game of the year so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I think this is number 2 versus number 3. I mean, you can't get any bigger than this for now. But gosh, I mean, I want to take JF so bad. Do we have to make a pick, or we can just just keep it with our top 10?
I feel like I'll refrain from making a pick since I'm going to be there. It's like
Oh
college-
Oh, okay. Herb Street. Okay,
Yeah,
Herb
he's
Street.
Street. You're gonna be there, so you can't. Yeah, that's good. That's a good job.
Gregory, you're not putting on the headgear.
Everything. I want to
Oh,
take
come
JF
on.
so
Just
bad.
make
but
a pick.
I'm going LCA.
Okay.
So all right, here's a hypothetical. If LCA wins on the road, does LCA jump PH and does
Oh.
JS? I mean, how far do they fall?
I don't think JF falls far. I think they might just switch, or I could see. Man, that would be the best road win as well. I mean, that would be the best win so far in our top 10. If LCA beats JF at JF, that would be the best one, the best win.
Who does Heritage play Friday night?
I'm not sure, but I mean, PH has been on the road for 3 games, so how can we take away their 3 road wins and our win against rival William Plumbing? So
Heritage is at Rustburg.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I wouldn't say that Heritage should jump over top of the of JF if they lose.
To me, I think these teams just flip flop. If whoever wins, whoever loses. So that's my opinion.
But neither one of these, they can't play each other in the state because they're different class 3 and 4, right?
LCA and Jefferson Force.
Yeah.
LCA's
So
3
and 4. Okay.
All right. So Heritage is staying at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
LB, Lord Bonsai, huge game against number 9. GW Danville, they're staying at 5.
No.
Wait, what?
No.
What y'all doing?
I'll tell you who needs to be at 5.
Oh, he's gonna say Magna Vista.
I'll tell you.
Magna Vista.
Oh my God.
Oh
Wait.
my gosh. Who do you have at number 5? He's gonna say Glenver.
Yes, sir.
Who has Glenver played other than Northside?
Oh.
Cave Spring, Liberty, and Galax. What?
Man, Devin's not making any friends tonight. I have LB staying at 5. They haven't lost. They've been wrecking every play. So I don't know how you can move them down.
LB has played.
Who you got it? If you got Magna Vista at 5, who you got at 6?
LB. So just a common opponent here. Rustburg or Magna Vista beat Rustburg 41-13. Lord Botetourt beats Rustburg 28-14.
Let's put Magna Vista at number 5.
LB has played Alta Vista,
y'all.
Alta Vista and Christiansburg. I mean, Magna Vista has played Franklin County. They walloped Rustburg. Obviously, Martinsville is.
I got the deciding figure here. Max Preps have strength of schedule for Magna Vista at negative 12.1, and LB is negative 12.6. So technically, we should go with Magna Vista at 5.
That's okay. It's gonna flip back and forth. After LB goes on the road and beats GW Danville.
He caught. Oh well, there went Nick Anderson's interview.
We can listen. These coaches, players. It's nothing personal. We're just do they get mad at Lee Corso when he puts the headgear on? No, they love it. They'll come back and talk to him again next week and prove him wrong.
Lee Corso had to retire.
He had a long career.
They run him off.
All right, so Magna Vista is at 5. You have Lord Botetourt back at 6 now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He wants Glenver there, but
no, Glenver's staying at 7.
I'm not getting Glenver any higher than 7 for some reason. I'll be glad when Brody. I hope this week he punts averages 75 yards punting. I hope he throws for 380 yards and then he scores 9 touchdowns running. I just hope.
Yeah, he could do that against Martinsville all he wants to, but Martinsville's not going to move him up any.
So here we go. Here goes the big number 8. I guess that'll stay the same.
Union. Honestly, I think Union should be 7, but I'll go Union at 8.
No, they're
the Union Bears.
15.6 on the Richter scale. God, we need to go on the road.
There we go. I like that.
We need to go on the road to see the Union Bears play somebody. I have got to go see the Union Bears play.
I hope you do. They have rich history there.
I guess number 9. I guess those boys stay the same. So let me just make a bold statement here. Okay.
Okay.
GW had a bye week. They had a week to prepare. They also get a starting cornerback back this week. Their line is amazing and physical.
Oh yeah,
They're going to beat Lord Botetourt 21-7.
21-7.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
We talked to Chris Law there at GW, and he told us that he said basically they're like playing themselves this week. He said both teams love to run the ball, love to pound it. It's gonna be a very physical game, and I agree with that. But I just think that Coach Harless and Lord Botetourt, they've been there before. They go on the road wherever. They played a lot of teams over the years. I think they have some really good skill players on at the running back and quarterback. That might be the difference to me.
Yeah, GW, they're so hard to figure out for me. I mean, obviously the Reidsville game we don't really take into account too much, but Amherst and
Taylor.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate
Mr.
you.
Taylor.
Appreciate
Awesome.
you listening. Yeah, I mean, I just gotta say, I think our Super 10, I think it's the best in the region. I really do. I think it's no offense to all these other news stations and whatnot. I think it's the best though.
Oh, it's got to be. I mean, I just don't think any thought goes into anybody else's poll. I mean, I think it's all about who's EJ. Yeah, I'm with you.
I see EJ all over Twitter.
Yeah,
I
think
he's
he's
a
right.
celebrity in that picture.
But I just don't think any thought. I think a thought just goes into the record. I don't think anybody looks at anything else, and
Yeah, I think it's be a great game. I think that's one of my. I mean, of course you have JF and LCA, but that has to be one of the top 3 games of the year. I think LB at GW, just because they're so similar. This is going to be a tough physical game, I think.
And let me bring up one more point, and I think you've already talked to Chris, the lawman Law. He's a major factor in this game. Him and I'll never be able to say that dude's name again. Jahari. Yeah. So
Nichols.
Those two guys are major factors in this game. But I'm going to tell you the other thing that GW has going for them, and I think it's going to come up, and I think it'll show maybe not in the first half, but third and fourth quarter when you put those 2 running backs in there and pound and ground and whatever. It's going to be tough on Botetourt trying to stop both those backs.
Give me 17-14 LB on top.
Oh man!
That even hurt me.
17-14.
I'm banking on. I feel like Lord Botetourt is one of those battle tested teams and everything. I don't think their schedule has been the greatest this year, but like Gregor was saying, in seasons past, they prove how tough a team they are. But I think GW, this is their chance. I think they know how big this game is. This is their chance to prove to everybody where they are.
And I
think he's going to come out ready to play.
And Big Greg's right. Lawman Law and Nichols, I think is the last name. They both had sacks to end the game against EC Glass. They put that thing on ice. So, yeah. I think it's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be tough physically. I think it's gonna be great line play. I don't think you'll find a better, physical game all year.
And let me say one more thing about this game. If Danville does not show up for this game, you've absolutely lost your minds. And I'm telling you, this is going to be a battle. This is going to be one of the best football games of the year. And if you don't fill those stands up this Friday night, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. I agree. I saw you were there for the Glass game. I was like, where's the GW crowd at? I don't know what's up with that, but they got to show up for LB. I mean, it might be a foreign team to them, kind of like just because they don't. I mean, they play each other a couple times over the years, but like they're from like North Roanoke or north of Roanoke, and so it might be a different team, but it's gonna be a great game. I think you got to come up there and be loud and be proud there for the GW. But here's the thing right here. Oh, one thing. Back to my 17-14 prediction. You're going to hear the name a lot on channel 13, 7, 10, Quentin Jones for Lord Botetourt. All right.
I think you're going to hear Chris Law a whole lot too.
I hope so. We talked to him. So I mean, he's our guy too. But number 10 here, Bird loses. So who do we have filling at 10? This might
let me tell you what I did. This bothered me the whole day. And I came down to the I guess the best of what I could find as far as statistical data. So let me give you a rundown of who I had trying to fill this number 10 hole. I had 6 teams that I basically tried to fill it with. I'll start at the top. Buckingham 4-0, Allegheny 3-0, Nelson 3-0, Craig County 3-0, Brookville 3-1, Floyd County 3-0. So, what's fair here? You know, Buckingham was at the top of my list, and I was like, they're minus 25.0 strength of schedule. Craig County 3-0, negative 6 on the strength of schedule. Nelson County, I wanted to give them a big shot. You know, they're so close to home, you know, and they just kind of, in my book, they've always been the little guy. And God, it's negative 40.3 strength of schedule. I couldn't do it. I thought about Brookville. I mean, those guys are playing football, negative 9.3. So they were in the running. Floyd 3-0, still almost a negative 20 schedule, strength of schedule. So by default, and I don't mean it negative that way, but just looking at the strength of schedule, haven't seen them play, I go with Allegheny at number 10.
Okay.
I like that. That's a trendy pick. I like that for 10. I was looking at, so it's difficult. I mean, Franklin County.
I've seen them as high as number 3 in some polls, though.
Oh yeah, they're the local TV stations love having Allegheny in the top 5. So Allegheny's definitely up there. I had I think James Rivers can be up there. Carroll County, Floyd is 3-0. And I was thinking about Stanton River as well. So those are all teams. Buckingham. I don't know much about Buckingham. They're kind of a enigma for me. I'm not sure. Devin, who'd you have for 10? And I was gonna say EJ. We love the 6 Man Sports Network too. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, so I watch them a lot, so I can keep up with the high school games. They do some good stuff. Right, Devin.
Devin, before you say what you're getting ready to say, I also thought about throwing Alta Vista in there at 2-2 with a negative 6.0 strength of schedule, just because I wanted to fight with y'all. Because, like I said Monday night, here I go at halftime. I got to hear, Daddy's boys is losing. Daddy's boys is losing, but they come back and won. So just wanted to let you know that I was sticking up for the little guy.
So who's y'all's 10?
I'm between Brookville, Buckingham.
Brookville's 3-1 as well. How about them?
Brookville, Buckingham,
Yep.
James River, and Allegheny. Now,
So it sounds like
Brookville would be my pick, but they lost to Allegheny. But Allegheny's strength of schedule is just so bad outside of that game.
I mean, I'm totally fine with Allegheny.
Not as bad as Brookville's.
But-
Who you got, Gregory?
I take Allegheny. I'll go with that. Like I said, Buckingham. I guess they're probably pretty good. They're just to the east of us.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing: we have Union out there in Southwest Virginia, down in the coal mine down there. Are we going towards Hampton, Sydney, and going to Buckingham, or are we going up north to Allegheny?
I have Brookville at number 10, but I would go with Buckingham there over
I'm
Allegheny.
talking Buckingham.
But we can go Allegheny.
My goodness, did he
Buckingham.
He just did a total about face right there.
He did.
After he put you did. After you put Allegheny at number 10 with me, and then you just turned about face and gave Buckingham the nod.
Either way, I'm set. Y'all fight it out for. Y'all let me know who y'all want to go with, and I'll go with that person.
In my book, it's the eye test. It's Allegheny.
Ooh, the eye test Allegheny. Have you seen Buckingham?
No, but look at this. Look at the negative 25.0 strength of schedule. How can you?
Who had they played?
They played Madison County, Fluvanna, William Campbell, and Appomattox. So
I know 2 of those teams are really bad. I know 2 of them. I don't know the other 2.
but,
All right, let's go Allegheny.
just like that, let's go Allegheny. Let's go Allegheny there.
Yep, everyone's going to Allegheny. Yeah.
And
Mr. Taylor broke the tie.
He said, y'all
Taylor.
picked a freaking team already. All right, so here it is. So we'll put our new graphic out. Patrick Henry at 1. They stay there. JF at 2, taking on number 3, LCA on Friday. Heritage at 4. We have Magna Vista now at 5. I don't know. Number 6, we have Lord Botetourt. Glenver at 7. 8, Union. 9, GW. And 10, Allegheny. Welcome, Dez.
Dez is back. They didn't look like they would be a top 10 team based on how that what was it, their benefit game?
Yeah, benefit game. Yeah, they
They
get
got
crushed.
destroyed by Union.
Yeah.
But hey, we
So-
can't take those into consideration.
Can't take
Mr. Taylor's son is going to Syracuse. Is that correct?
Yeah. Was that
Okay.
Cam Harrison, right?
Yeah. So I mean,
Oh, that's Cam Harrison's dad there?
yes. So that's
Dang.
awesome.
So, I could be totally wrong. It could be some other kid's dad. But
No, I think that was correct. I think that's what he let us know a little while ago. And I'm just like, I think that's awesome. And let's just be honest. I know, we've been on this thing for a year and a half, and we had nothing to do with that. That's purely him being the man and getting his dibs and getting that scholarship on his own. Of course, working hard, no doubt about that. But
did you see his catch against Franklin County?
Yes, amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's- I mean-
but what I was getting ready to say was, I think that's awesome, and I love to have, especially Mr. Taylor on here tonight, and we have that ability to reach out to folks that are going D1 and stuff like that. I think that's awesome. I mean, that was our mission to begin with. It was to help some of these kids get to the next level, no matter what level it is. So I'm just glad to see that, hey, we have people in high places. That's awesome.
Syracuse, they like the Roanoke region. They got the kid from Fleming last year.
What's up with that? I mean, they're recruiting a bunch of guys from around here. The kid from North Cross, wide receiver over there, has an offer from Syracuse too. So
I know who else. I know who else Syracuse likes too.
Who's that?
Dabo Swinney and Clemson.
Oh man,
They gave them a whooping over the weekend. I mean, an absolute whooping.
So here are our games for next week. So on Friday. So we talked about LCA at Jefferson Forest. That's number 3 at number 2. Lord Botetourt number 6 going to 9 GW. James River, we'll go ahead.
That's a big game too.
I'll tell you what you need to do here, just so people can make fun of
man.
us. Oh yeah. Oh dang. Yeah. We need to get
Definitely.
Jaziel or Jaziel. I forget how to say his name. Yeah, we need to get those guys on here. We were talking about Jace Rose the other day too.
He needs to get them. Not get him on here on this podcast with us. Get him down to Florida and help Billy Napier out. Or I'm sorry, not Billy Napier, but help out the next person who takes over for Billy Napier. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, what you need to do here, so people can totally just shove this in our face when we make wrong picks, is you need to put the same picture out on Twitter, but have each of our faces beside the team that we picked for the week.
That'd be good. That would be perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Let them throw darts at it next week if we lose.
Okay. So, okay, all right, we can do that. So we want to start picking picking these games in.
Let's start doing it.
All right. So I had LCA.
Yeah, you picked. You homed in on that one.
Pops, you had LCA.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you had JF.
Yeah, I got JF.
Devin had LCA.
I'll refrain from making a pick here.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna be there. He can't do it. Yeah.
All right. So Pops, you have JF. I had Lord Botetourt.
I had GW.
I think Botetourt is a safe pick here, but I'm gonna go with GW.
Wow, man, wimps, man. James River at Radford. So I think James River is 3-1. Radford is 2-1. James River has Benz there as a running back. I mean, kid is electric. I think he ran for 300 yards one game already. So I'm going James River on the road.
I'm going James River.
James River.
Wow, all 3 James River. I would not be shocked though if Radford can hold him to less than 150. Radford wins that game.
Wow.
Look, he's holding his pen up like he was the Corso. Did you see him? Not so fast, my friend.
Glenver at Martinsville. I think we all have Glenver.
Yep.
Yes.
That's not. I think Martinsville's getting better. They have some good talent at the skill positions, but Glenver's just a different beast. So, Halifax at Tunstall. This is a tough one. So, Halifax is 1-3, and Tunstall is 1-3 as well. Tunstall started off the year hot. This first 2 games they scored more points in their first 2 games they did up all last year, and last 2 games though have been some stinkers there. I think you said they had a quarterback that was hurt or something like that.
Yep. Seamus has been down. I haven't got the 4-1-1 on that yet. So I'm gonna take Halifax.
I'm going Halifax too.
Was he looking to Sarah Catherine to see who she picked?
Yeah, she told me she had to go use the restroom, so she's going to restroom. But I'm gonna take Halifax too. I mean, if you get the inside knowledge there, I'm taking Halifax.
This next one's a doozy. I just
I just want to put this on here. I put this on here because are we going to have Salem go 0-5?
I'm taking. You know what? And listen, let me just say this. I don't even need to discuss this. I'm just taking Blacksburg just for that point alone. I'm taking that just to see if Salem can go 0-5.
I'm taking Blacksburg just because, I haven't seen Salem win a game yet. So until they do, I'm going with their road team. Devin, who are you going with?
Did you hear it?
I was so high on Blacksburg to begin the season, but I'm going Salem here. I think they get in the win column here. I think they do. They've had a tough schedule, man. Fleming, Dinwiddie, Franklin County, and Glass. I mean, they're not exactly getting. Well, never mind. They got blown out against Dinwiddie. Never mind.
And I agree, EJ. EJ says there's a lot of parity around the area. I agree. It's been pretty fun this year. I haven't seen a team that just kind of stands out way above and shoulders behind everyone else. So that's why this top 10 is so hard this year. Like usually you say like last year LCA, nobody was beating LCA, right? It was easy for them to be number one, but this year it's a battle for sure. Brookville at Amherst. I'm going Brookville.
Before I answer this, I need to throw a shout out to Gibson Cycles. Tommy was listening in earlier, so I just wanted to let him know that we are thinking about him, and I'll see you next week, buddy.
Who's that?
Gibson Cycles.
Nice.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Taylor has Salem. He thinks he can win. So yeah, 2-2 there. Brookville. I took Brookville at Amherst. Amherst. I don't know what's happened to them over the last few years, but Brookville's playing some good ball since that first loss. So going Brookville.
Yep, Brookville. Devin refraining.
Oh, sorry. I already Brookville.
Okay. All right. Patrick County at Carroll County. I'm going Carroll County at home. They're playing some good ball as well. I think they're 3-1 as well. Patrick County's 2-2, so they're no slouch. They just beat the tar out of my Cavaliers, so they must be pretty good. But I'm going Carroll County.
Carroll County.
All right, and then Nelson County at Alta Vista. I think we all probably have the same one here. Nelson County, they're off to a great start. Shout out to Coach Watson. In basketball, they have a solid team in basketball, but football, they're not going to beat Alta Vista.
No, not at Alta Vista either.
Why y'all disrespecting Nelson County? I mean, I'm going Alta Vista too, but what was the reason for that?
I don't think I did that. I don't think I disrespected anybody.
Why would you think we all had the same pick there?
I just know. And lastly, Stanton River at Magna Vista. We just talked to Simeon Moore. I had a good conversation with him. Those guys are lighting it up. They just moved up a spot in our top 10. Thanks to these two guys. Stanton River have a chance at all, guys. 3-1 at 4-0 Magna Vista.
According to y'all, they don't. But Stanton River they just always play up to their competition. I'm just saying they make things interesting. I'll take Magna Vista, but I just think it'll be closer than what we think it is.
They played up to their competition against JF 40-7 this year. So I'll go Magna Vista here.
Yeah, I think we're all taking Magna Vista.
Wow.
Hey, I was saying this last year, Stanton River caught Magna Vista in the first game of the year last year. So I don't know if it's a repeat of that performance. Stanton River loves to run the ball, ground and pound. So it'll be interesting, but I think we all have Magna Vista in this one. All right, so I'll put our little faces next to each game we think who's gonna win, and yeah, we'll put up some message board material out there for everybody to kind of put out there in the locker rooms and whatnot.
Bob sent me a text earlier. He said, "There's Bob popping right up." He
heard you.
He wanted me to stump y'all here, and we can do this next week if we want, or we can do it tonight. But 15 active coaches over 100 FBS wins entering the college football season.
Oh gosh,
I need a week to think about that.
We might need the chat to help out. Well, what's the question here?
15 active coaches over 100 FBS wins entering the season.
All right. Oh gosh. Hey Bob,
we-
is he prepared to give us the right answers here? Is he like going to write?
I am not prepared. Bob has he's got the answers. I just got the text from him.
Let's see what Bob says. He said he's driving, so he might not be ready. But yeah, so go ahead, Pops.
You know, I wanted to find out if I was going to be able to get my rant in tonight.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, hold on just 1 second, please.
What's
Wheatley American Vodka is for hardworking people with true
here comes
American.
our next YouTube strike.
He's already he shut himself down. Oh, he's muted.
else alive. Now, Buddy Landau, it's so hard for me to sit back here in this studio looking at a guy out here hollering my name when last year I spent more money on spilled liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, gift stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.
I see Gregory took off. He said he won't stick it around for the rant.
Flair. So what's the rant? We can wait for Gregor. Let him put his headphones on. What's the rant here, Pops?
What was that all about?
Whenever you, well, that was, Flair just having to get his rant in. I was,
You're a walk-in YouTube strike.
I am.
I think we might be banned in Russia and every other country now.
in Siberia. Y'all ready? Let me get it. Call it off now. Please call it off now. It's getting more and more worse by the week. It's so bad. Folks don't even want to watch them on TV any longer. Thank God for the bye week.
Okay.
It's an even bigger disaster than originally expected. This is a bad football team, worse than even the haters expected. According to the coach, we are a work in progress, but we're going to continue to work through it. No, nothing, huh? Nothing, huh?
I know who this is now. I thought you were
Some grumblings may be about the long run, but this is probably going to be the short run. Let me tell you something. The game last week was so bad that Fox will not even release the viewership numbers. That's how bad this football team is. This team is so bad that Scott Frost said,
Oh,
don't call us Central. We're a UCF. Is he worth $10 million?
I told y'all this was a disaster.
There's an uninspired offense in Chapel Hill. And some people say that offense flat out stinks.
Not this time.
Defense keeps getting worn down and worn down and worn down. And here's the worst part. Jordan Hudson gets on the sideline before the game ever starts. It doesn't matter if it's at practice or during the game. John Gruden said this is unprecedented. Where does this guy come across having his girlfriend on the field during a game? There are major concerns, according to Bryn Renner. And it all goes back to this. This is just an ugly team all the way around. And we did lose another quarterback after the first half, after the game was pretty much won or lost. This team happens to be last in the ACC. Listen to this now. With 150 yards passing per game. That is 123rd nationally. And there's only 136 FBS teams. They have not eclipsed 200 yards passing in any single game this year. So, Devin, you might know these two kids. So far, two guys have left this team. And I don't know them from a hole in the ground, but it seems like the one guy, I don't know how you lose a 6'8", 340-pound offensive tackle named Trevion Green. Trevion Green started all 13 games last year, got 11 snaps in against Charlotte, 5 snaps against Richmond. Wide receiver Paul Billups, redshirt sophomore, played 135 snaps last year, 4 catches, 27 yards, 1 first down, played 14 snaps in 2013. He has not played 1 snap this year. So my rant is complete. I'd never thought. I was so happy that the talk was about the Tar Heels and the Tar Heel football program. And here it goes. I mean, please, like I said, stop the madness now. Let's just call it quits and find somebody else that'll take over. I mean, listen, I'll ride down there every day and practice the team. You ain't got to pay me. I'll come down there and do it for free. Let's just get this over with.
Man, it's clear that it's not going to work out. It's clear at this point. I think it's evident that Belichick is not a college football coach. I think Carolina made just the worst decision they could have possibly made by hiring him. Obviously, we're the laughingstock of college football right now with his girlfriend being on the sideline. I said it the other night. I texted y'all. I said, I'm ashamed to be an alumni right now. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy just how far we've fallen. I mean, you thought in Max last year, us losing, giving up 70 points at home to JMU. You thought that was embarrassing. This team looks like they don't know how to play football. It's sad. I get that you had to flip the whole roster. You have like 70 new guys. It doesn't mean these guys don't know how to play football. And it doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to coach these guys to play football. I mean, they should at least look competitive. Let's not forget that Scott Frost is in his first year back at UCF. And look at what he did to Carolina. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm hoping that this is not something that we have to deal with forever, because I know it's only Belichick's 4th game of his career, college career, but man, it's ugly. It's ugly in Chapel Hill.
I don't think it gets any better. There's no way they get to a bowl game. There's no way they win 4 more games. No way. I think it's pathetic. It's pathetic. I just can't even stand to watch them. And just to think, we based this whole season on the first drive of the year. Sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's unprecedented, the fact that he's got his girlfriend on the sideline like that, and she's talking to him right. Hey, he's got a game to coach. What is he thinking? It's clear that he's not. I don't think he's given 100% effort towards this team. I don't think he is, and he doesn't really care. I think Bill Belichick could care less. He knows what he's accomplished. He's just here, maybe out of his own goodwill. Obviously, the money doesn't hurt, but.
I think he's definitely checked out. Definitely checked out. We've been talking to Gregory about Gregory. Any comments about the Carolina rant? Anything you need to add?
I just told y'all this was a disaster. Told y'all from the beginning. I said that this guy's not. Hey, I didn't think he's gonna last before the season even started. But it's about as I expected with the season going on. So it just didn't. I don't know. There was just too much stuff going on in the offseason with the interviews with what was it, CBS or something like that. Or whoever they did the interview with.
It was 60 minutes.
It was embarrassing. It was like she was speaking for him, and he had to look to her. I was like, what is going on? This guy is not – he's just not into it. I don't know.
Devin,
maybe he gets to the season and he gets the transfer portal and he gets a bunch of players in. I don't know.
Devin,
but they're good players to commit still.
Yeah, they are. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean – They obviously have the idea that this is some kind of factory. That's the only thing I can think of. It's definitely not playing football.
Well, Mr. Taylor needs to send Cam over there because he'll get some playing time right away.
Devin, what happened to this Bryce I forget what his last name is. What happened to him?
Bryce Baker.
Bryce Baker, yeah, man, he looked like in the spring he was going to be the starter, and then I don't know what happened. They brought in Gio. I think from what I've heard, this is just rumors, who knows, but I think they paid him a lot of money, and I think they want to get their money's worth out of him. And this is the same thing I think is going on with, not to throw shade at Gregory, but DJ Lagway. I mean, why was he not pulled after his third interception against LSU? It doesn't make any sense other than the fact that you're paying these guys a lot of money. They're expecting to play, and you're trying to get your money's worth. But
Gregory, I did a little research, and I wanted to let you know that you do have a very tough schedule in the SEC coming up with the Gators, but I don't think anybody has to run this schedule. And then you have to do it with the quarterback. Your starting quarterback is out for at least a month with a broken hand. Mateer.
You think Oklahoma's rest of their schedule is tougher than ours?
Absolutely. They have a bye week this week, then play Kent State, which is, that's a snoozer.
We don't have a Kent State the rest of the season.
At Texas.
We play them.
At South Carolina. Ole Miss at home.
Play them.
At Tennessee.
Play them.
Bye week. At Alabama. Mizzou. And LSU.
We play them. Oh, come on. You think our schedule from top to bottom is the toughest? And I think ours is just as brutal as it goes.
I'm just saying the next 7 games after this Kent State snoozer is just as brutal as it is for anybody. But it also doesn't help that you lose your starting quarterback either. So
yeah, I just
want to let y'all both know that I am 58 years old, and I did not get fired from Oklahoma State.
Yeah. I thought you were bringing up the 58-year-old or 50-year-old who's playing D3 football.
That guy made a movie about that guy, didn't he?
There's a guy right now playing. I forget what school it is, but there's a guy somewhere in the U.S. playing football. But
my last thing I need to make a point of before we get over to your next thing is if you're the big noon kickoff, why in the world are you entertaining the thought of being in Champaign, Illinois this weekend with USC coming to town, and your team or the University of Illinois just lost by 50 freaking points to Indiana? And they don't even need to be in the top 25. They don't need to be in the top 35. If you lose by 50 points, you don't get any votes. Okay, I'm done.
Very good. I just want to, real quick before we get off of here, I just want to point out ODAC games on Saturday. Just looking at the standings so far, or currently, there's only been one conference game, but looking at it overall, it seems like this is going to be, I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a 3-headed monster here with Washington, Lee, Macon, and Sydney. I think Shenandoah losing that game at Hampton-Sydney early is going to kind of put them behind the 8 ball. Because, they still have to play Macon, still got to play Washington, Lee as well. The one I still don't know about is Roanoke College, man. I just don't know about them. They're a wild card. But one thing I wanted to point out, though, last week we had talked about Shenandoah, and they were the 3rd-ranked defense in the ODAC. And if you look at their 4 against, they've scored 61 points and allowed 76. They lost 42-7 last week, and that's the whole reason why they have led up 76 points now. So their defense is pretty good. Sydney just put up a ton of points on them. They ran for over 400 yards on Shenandoah. So we talked to Terry Hicks and Carter, man. They lit it up.
I wonder if Carter can let us know exactly what the punishment they gave Shenandoah this past week. I wonder if they can actually let the cat out of the bag and let us know what it was about now.
Yeah, I would ask him. Oh, Texas A&M Auburn. Is that at Auburn or at Texas A&M? Oh, that's that. It's hard to beat Texas A&M at Texas A&M, but I don't know. Auburn, they did play a good game against Oklahoma. I didn't see the call that I didn't get to watch most of that game, so I didn't see the call that was very controversial there with all the referees. But I don't know. It depends where it's at. But who do you guys? Right now, who do you guys still favor? You still favor Macon winning the ODAC?
I've switched. I've jumped off the horse. I'm taking the special season by the Hampton-Sydney Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, who's the quarterback at Randolph-Macon, Gregory?
Castellanos.
Something like
I
that.
forgot how you say his name.
Cassiola, Dante
Cassiola.
Cassiola. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking that he was going to be like the kind of the key to putting them over the top this year, but I think the thing I kind of forgot about is Hampton-Sydney has their own guys there and Carter Cito. So I'm going to go with Hampton-Sydney with Cito and obviously we talked to Terry Hick. Maybe it's just us not interviewing guys from Randolph-Macon. Maybe we talked to the coach there, but haven't talked to any players.
Yeah, we need to get Cassiola on here. Hey, I think it'd be a good one. But I don't know. Yeah, it's just Macon's defense versus Sydney's offense is going to be a great event.
Well, my thing is which part. I just don't think Randolph-Macon can stop all three phases of Hampton-Sydney's game. I just don't think they. I mean, let's just say they stop Terry from running the ball. You still got Carter that can run the ball. You still got Carter that can throw the ball. I just don't see him. Plus, he's got his favorite wide receiver back this year. So I mean, I just don't see him being able to stop all three phases of that offense.
Another game that's gonna be important is that Washington Lee at Macon game. So we'll know a lot about those two teams as well. So Washington Lee likes to run the ball. We'll see if they can do it on the Macon defense. But hey, Big Greg, I mean, even it's weird. Even though Averett and Bridgewater are both 0-3, I still feel like Bridgewater's gonna put some points on them on Saturday.
A lot.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what Gauguin does at Roanoke. Gauguin has a running back that's pretty good, puts up a lot of yards. Roanoke hasn't played, too tough of a out-of-conference schedule, so it'll be interesting what they can do against, Gauguin. So I don't think we still know too much about those two teams after this week, but we'll know a lot about Washington Lee and Macon. Hampton-Sydney goes to Guilford, down to Coach Davis's crew. Hey, Guilford put some points last week, so we'll be interesting to see what they can do as well. I'm sorry, 2 weeks ago.
I sure would like to be at that Washington Lee and Hampton-Sydney game, the 4th.
Oh yeah, that would be a good one. That'd be a lot of rushing yards. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else before we get out here, guys?
To answer Mr. Taylor's question, give me TAMU at home. Marcel Reed, Le'Veon Moss. There you go. Mario Craver, Concepcion at wide receiver. I mean, Cam Coleman's good, Jackson Arnold's good, but they can't hang with Texas A&M at home.
In the words of a great movie from the 1990s, maybe it was 2000, I think it's 90s. Are you not entertained? This is the second live show this week. Are you not entertained? Come on.
It was a Gladiator, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Maximus Eastman's really.
Any upset? What about
that? That was I feel embarrassed that you did that. That was terrible.
I didn't go into it.
Anybody want to pick the winner of the Packers and the Cowboys?
Give me the Pack.
Is it going to be as big as what we think?
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, Commander of the Armies of the North, General of the Felix Legions, loyal servant of the true Emperor Marcus Aurelius, father of the murdered son, husband to a murdered wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life or the next. Yep. So that's the speech.
I have an upset to call for the weekend before we get off here.
What's that?
I really feel that Ole Miss will upset LSU this weekend.
I don't even think it's an upset.
The Grove.
I don't think it's an upset. I think LSU is abysmal on offense, so I'm taking Ole Miss.
So what's the opinion on Vanderbilt? They're 4-0. Are they for real? They're number 18 in the country. Are they for real?
They're for real. They are for real.
Yeah, they got a 10th year quarterback. They should be for real.
I mean, they killed Tech, destroyed South Carolina. I mean, they're putting up points.
That's not saying much.
I think they could. No, I'm not going to say it yet. October 4th, though, they go to Alabama. Watch out. Watch out. That would be. I think that would end Kalen DeBoer's career at Alabama if he loses.
His career might end this weekend after they get thumped by Georgia. So, last question. Can Franklin win a big game this weekend?
Who they're playing Oregon?
I was like, wait, who? Oh, Penn State and Oregon.
Whiteout at Penn State.
I think they can. I think they can do it at home. But if it's come playoff time, I think it's too much.
Yeah, I'll go with Penn State at home this weekend.
Yeah, I think pick them out. I think the
Whiteout, that's hard to. It's hard to go into Beaver Stadium and win like that.
Yeah. Bob said no. Bob said no way.
And my last upset pick of the week, the bye beats Carolina.
And Florida. All right, we talked long.
Hold on, one more thing. Nationality's coming out to this before we get off here. Our nationality has to shine. Ryder Cup, USA or the Europeans.
That's this weekend?
Yes, sir.
Is it Bethpage Black?
Bethpage Black. Yes, sir.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Go buy some merch. Go to our website.
He didn't make a pick, did he?
Oh, well, I'm taking the US all the way.
He's not a golf guy. He's not. Who's on the European team? Rory, I'm assuming. Who else?
Yeah, all of those European guys.
Yeah. It's not really that fair. It's not really fair, but it is what it is. But we'll beat them. We'll beat them at home.
Keegan Bradley's the coach of the U.S. I think that's all we need to know. I think he's going to be popping champagne early Sunday morning.
Hey, I just want these live guys and these PJ Tour guys to get along and do it for the country this weekend.
Yep. Go U.S.
No, I think Europe might take it. Sorry, boys.
All right. We'll see you guys.
See you in Vegas.